Hello students, welcome to online classes. I hope you are fine and doing good. In our last session we have completed amines chapter, last organic chemistry chapter. In this session I am going to discuss a new chapter called biomolecules. From this chapter they are expecting 6 marks in the PUC exams. So one 1 mark question and one 5 marks question. Yes, so 1 mark question 1 and 5 marks question 1. 5 marks question 1. Totally 6 marks they are expecting from this chapter. And also easy. Okay. In this chapter we are going to discuss about biomolecules, which means our body made up of macromolecules like carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, hormones, lipids, nucleic acids. So many molecules are there. So now biomolecules, especially one amazing thing in the living system is living system made up of non-living atoms or molecules, right? living systems made up of non-living atoms or molecules, atoms and molecules, right? So here what happens chemically within a particular living system is studied under a science called biochemistry. Biochemistry means biochemistry. So what happens chemically in living system studied under biochemistry, right? It means simply the relation between chemicals and biomolecules called biochemistry. Yes. Living systems are made up of simple biomolecules like carbohydrates, hormones, nucleic acids. Yes. Living systems made up of carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, hormones, nucleic acids, etc. These are complex biomolecules. These are complex biomolecules. Complex means big biomolecules, right? And these molecules play a key role in the metabolism or growth of our living system. These molecules play key role in the development or nothing but growth of living system, right? These will play a key role in the growth or metabolism of a living system. So in this chapter I am going to discuss carbohydrates, next one proteins, in that nucleic acids also. So few topics they deleted from this chapter, so we will study one by one. Now the first one is carbohydrates. First biomolecule is carbohydrate. Carbohydrates. This is the word which is taken from hydrates of carbon, nothing but hydrates of carbon called carbohydrate. The carbohydrate is the word which is taken from hydrates of carbon, right? So these are most abundant organic compounds. Yes, these are produced by carbohydrates are produced by plants especially. Carbohydrates are produced by plants. Examples are, examples students, that is cane sugar. Cane sugar means sucrose it is. You know the formula C12H22O11. Next, starch, glucose. So these are the examples of which one, that is, many more are there like that. Lactose, maltose, galactose, raffinose, rhamnose. These are all carbohydrates. Now, most of them general formula. For most of carbohydrates, general formula is CxH2OY it is. It means carbons, next one water molecule. Example, C6H12O6. So it can be fit into this formula, that is C6H2O 6 times. It means 6 carbons, okay, 6 2s 12 hydrogens, okay, 6 1s 6 oxygens, okay. Yes, it fits into this formula. But few carbohydrates will not fit into this formula. Few carbohydrates will not fit into this formula. So example is C6H10O5 n times it is. So if you take C6H2O 6 times, O's will be 6, but here 5 O's only there, 5 oxygens are there. It will not fit into the which one, that is C6H12O5. Another one example, C6H12O5. It is a starch, it is rhamnose, which is not fit into the formula CxH2OY, because if it is a C6H2O 6 times, so oxygens will get 6, but here only 5 available. That's why which will not be fit into the given formula. And few other functional groups also can fit into this formula. Few other functional groups also fit into this formula. Examples are, so those are CH3COOH. It means C2H4O2 it is formula. Then C2H2O twice. 2 carbons, yes, 2 carbons. 2 2s 4 hydrogens, yes. 2 1s are 2 oxygen atoms, yes. It is acetic acid, not a carbohydrate. It means this formula is not suitable to say it as a general formula for carbohydrates, because Few carbohydrates are fit into that formula, but few more cannot be fit into that formula, and few other functional groups also can fit into that formula. That's why hence CxH2OY is not suitable for carbohydrates because many drawbacks are there. How it can be defined? First of all, it can be defined as carbohydrates chemically defined as, so polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones called carbohydrates or compounds which can produce such units. Such units means, so polyhydroxyaldehydes and ketones, those are named as carbohydrates. Now definition, students, for carbohydrate. Definition for carbohydrate. Yes. Now carbohydrates chemically defined as polyhydroxy optically active polyhydroxy aldehydes or ketones, or the molecule which can produce such units, or the compound which can produce such units. The compound which can produce such units. Such units means optically active polyhydroxy ketones or aldehydes called carbohydrates. Right? This is the definition for carbohydrates. Such units on hydrolysis, especially such units on hydrolysis called carbohydrates. Right? Optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, or any compound which can produce such unit on hydrolysis called, what is that? Carbohydrate. This is the definition, students. Carbohydrates are sweet in taste, that's why these are also called sugars. Carbohydrates are sweet in taste, hence these are called sugars. Carbohydrates also called sugars because they are sweet in taste. So most common carbohydrates or sugars are table sugar. Table sugar means it is sucrose. Sucrose formula C12H22O11. It is the formula for sucrose. Next, maltose, C12H22O11. It is also lactose. It is also C12H22O11, which is present in a milk. Yes, it is. Like that, many are there. Starch, cellulose, glycogen, many are there, students. Right? So these are also called saccharides. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are also called saccharides. Saccharides. Saccharin means sugar. Hence, these are called saccharides. Saccharin means sugar. Hence, these are called saccharides. So, this is the introduction of carbohydrates. Now, classification of carbohydrates. Classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are classified based on different factors. One is based on hydrolysis, another one based on reducing nature, third one based on number of carbon atoms and functional groups present in that. First one, carbohydrates. Classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. First one, classification based on hydrolysis of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are classified into monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides. Now, these are classified into monosaccharides, saccharides. Second one is, that is oligosaccharides, oligosaccharides. Third one is polysaccharides, polysaccharides. Okay, these are the three categories of which one, that is carbohydrates. Now, first one, monosaccharide. The carbohydrate molecule which will not hydrolyzed into simple polyhydroxyaldehyde or a ketone, called monosaccharide. It will never hydrolyzed into simple molecule. Such compound called monosaccharide. The sugar, also called carbohydrate, which will not be hydrolyzed, into simple unit of polyhydroxyaldehyde, simple unit of polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone called monosaccharide, right, which will not provide a simple unit of any other compound, that is called monosaccharide. So, about 20 monosaccharide units are known to occur in the nature. 20 monosaccharide units. There are 20 monosaccharides known to occur in nature. It means there are 20 monosaccharides present in the nature, students. Examples are, those are, first one, glucose, which will not be decomposed into any other carbohydrate molecule. Next one, fructose, which will not be decomposed. Galactose, which will not be decomposed. Rhamnose, which will not be decomposed. Right, ribose, right, etc. Allose, erythros, trios, number of are there. Totally, how many are there? 20 monosaccharide units are available. So they will not be hydrolyzed into any other simple molecule like a carbohydrate. Next one after that, oligosaccharide. Oligosaccharide means a carbohydrate molecule or a sugar molecule which will be hydrolyzed, then gives 2 to 10 simple monosaccharide units. That is called oligosaccharide. The carbohydrate which will be on hydrolysis, gives 2 to 10 monosaccharide units called oligosaccharide. Right, students? So the big molecule oligosaccharide which is on hydrolysis gives 2 molecules, otherwise 3 molecules, otherwise 4, otherwise 5, based on the size, that is. So maximum 2 to 10 possible here. If 2 are produced by 1 molecule on hydrolysis, that is called disaccharide. If 3 given by 1 molecule, this 1 molecule is called trisaccharide. If 4 given by 1 molecule, the 1 molecule called tetrasaccharide. So these are again classified into disaccharides. Next, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides, pentasaccharides, etc. Continuation is there, students. Disaccharides means on hydrolysis gives 2 monosaccharide units. Getting, students? Right. Example, this is sucrose, which gives on hydrolysis glucose plus which one, that is fructose. Glucose plus fructose. 2 monosaccharide units are obtained by the hydrolysis of sucrose, hence sucrose called disaccharide. Getting all of you? Another example, maltose, it gives glucose plus glucose. Similarly, lactose, it gives glucose and glucose. Like that, many more we can. Next, lactose, beta glucose and alpha glucose will be obtained. Now students, glucose and fructose, the obtained 2 monosaccharide units may be same or different, right? The obtained 2 monosaccharide units by disaccharide on hydrolysis are same, otherwise different. Whether glucose, otherwise glucose fructose, otherwise any other 2. Right, students? This is disaccharide. Next one is trisaccharide. Trisaccharide means which gives 3 simple monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. The carbohydrate which gives 3 simple monosaccharide units, it means polyhydroxy, aldehyde or ketone. simple monosaccharide units on hydrolysis called trisaccharide, right? 3 will be. Example is, that is rhamnose, example raffinose, example is raffinose. Raffinose on hydrolysis with water then gives rise to glucose plus fructose plus another one is glucose, fructose and galactose. These are 3 simple monosaccharide units will be obtained by the hydrolysis of raffinose. Hence, raffinose called trisaccharide. Getting, students? So, like this tetrasaccharide, penta, hexa, hepta, decasaccharide. So, up to disaccharide to decasaccharide, these are called oligosaccharides. Simply, the carbohydrate molecule which gives a 2 to 10 simple monosaccharide, that is called oligosaccharide. Right. Next, students. After this, oligosaccharides completed. Now, polysaccharides, that is polysaccharides. Poly means many. A carbohydrate molecule or a sugar molecule which gives more number of simple monosaccharide units on hydrolysis gives units called polysaccharide. Yes, the carbohydrate which on hydrolysis gives more monosaccharide units, more simple monosaccharide units, it must be greater than 10, called more simple monosaccharide units called polysaccharide. So, polysaccharide examples are, students, you know already, starch, glycogen, cellulose, etc. Many more are there like this. Starch, cellulose, glycogen, like that. Next, students. Polysaccharides are generally not sweet in taste. That's why these are called non-sugars. Polysaccharides are not sweet in taste. Hence, these are called non-sugars. The carbohydrate which is sweet in taste called sugar. The carbohydrate which is not sweet in taste called non-sugar. Right? Next. Now, next classification based on reducing action. Second classification based on reducing nature. Yes, one is, first one, reducing sugar. Second one is non-reducing sugar. First one is reducing sugar, second one is non-reducing sugar. Students, oxidizing agent itself involved in reduction, reducing agent itself involved in oxidation. You remember this. If you take carbohydrate which reduces any oxidizing agent, it means oxidizing agent involved in reduction. That reduction happened by carbohydrate. So, carbohydrate which reduces Fehling's solution or Tollens reagent, that is called reducing sugar, which will not reduces Fehling's solution or Tollens solution, that is called non-reducing sugar. Yes. Yes. The carbohydrate which reduces Fehling's and Tollens solution, Fehling's and Tollens solution called reducing sugar, Getting? It means Fehling's solution is aqueous copper sulfate, Tollens solution is ammonical silver nitrate. These two solutions you read in aldehydes and ketones chapter with formulas. You just verify for formula, students. Those two are oxidizing agents involved in reduction. The reduction happened by the carbohydrate. Such carbohydrate is called as a reducing sugar. Getting? Examples are all monosaccharides or what are they? Reducing sugar, because they have a free functional group like aldehyde or ketone. They involved in reduction with the Fehling's solution, right? Otherwise, the disaccharides with free functional group can also a reducing sugar. Free functional group is there which is easy to reduce the Fehling solution or Tollens solution. If the functional group is bonded, it means it is tightly bonded, it is not reduce the Fehling's or Tollens solution. Getting, students? Yes. Now, so all the monosaccharides examples given, glucose, fructose, like that, glucose, fructose, galactose, many are there. Next, disaccharides with reducing nature, that is lactose. Next one, maltose. Even though disaccharide, it can reduce the Tollens or Fehling's solution, students, because they have a free functional group. Next, after this, non-reducing sugars, the carbohydrate which will not reduce Tollens or Fehling's solution called non-reducing sugar. Getting? Which will not reduce, that's why non-reducing sugar. So, the disaccharides which has no free functional group acts as non-reducing sugar. Best example is sucrose. In sucrose, glucose and fructose molecules are there. In these two molecules, the functional group is tightly bonded, which is not free. That's why this sucrose molecule will not reduce Tollens or Fehling's solution. Getting, students? This is about the classification based on reducing nature of tolerance and failings by the carbohydrate. Very, very important. Next, afterwards. Classification based on functional group and based on number of carbon atoms present in the carbohydrate. Third classification. Yes. Classification of carbohydrates based on functional group present and number of carbon atoms in carbohydrate. Number of carbon atoms in carbohydrate. So this is the basis for the third classification of carbohydrate. Yes, students. Now, okay, students. So classification of carbohydrates, especially these are monosaccharides only. This is the classification only for monosaccharides. Monosaccharide units are again classified based on functional group and based on number of carbon atoms in one monosaccharide unit. If functional group is aldehyde, named as aldose sugar. Functional group is ketone, ketose sugar. Getting all of you? If 3 carbon atoms are there, triose, 4 tetrose, 5 pentose, 6 hexose, like that. 3 with aldehyde functional group, aldotriose. 3 with ketone functional group, ketotriose. 4 with aldehyde functional group, aldotetrose. 4 with ketone functional group, ketotetrose. So we will write all this in a tabular form, students. Right? Okay. Yeah, carbon atoms, first column, carbon atoms, number of carbon atoms. Second column, that is general term. Third column is if aldehyde is a functional group, if aldehyde group is functional group, then in that case, how do say? Examples. Next, if ketone is a functional group, if ketone group is a functional group in a particular monosaccharide, then how can you say? Examples. Simply we have written. These are all monosaccharides, students. It is the classification only belongs to monosaccharide units, not for di, tri or polysaccharides. Right. Carbon atoms, minimum number of carbon atoms present in carbohydrates is only 3, starting with 3. 3 carbons, 4 carbons, 5 carbons, 6 carbons, maximum 7 carbons, right? If 3 carbons are there, called triose, tetrose, general term, pentose, hexose, general term. Next, heptose, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, right? Next, if aldehyde is a functional group, aldotriose. So, aldotetrose, aldotetrose, aldopentose, aldohexose, aldoheptose, aldoheptose, hexose, heptose, like that. Examples are aldotriose. Example is glyceraldehyde. The only example is glyceraldehyde. It is. Next, aldotetrose examples are erythrose and threose. Erythrose or threose. These two are the examples and monosaccharide units. And 5 are there: arabinose, ribose, xylulose. Arabinose, ribose, xylulose, like that many are there. Ribose especially present in nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. Next, 6 are there: glucose, mannose, galactose. Glucose, mannose, galactose are very, very important. We need to study about glucose. That's why remember, glucose is aldohexose, because aldehyde is a functional group with the 6 carbon atoms. That's why. Next, 7 are there: talose, iodose, allose, talose, iodose, allose, tagalose. Many are there, students, right? If ketone is a functional group called ketotriose. Next, if ketone is a functional group, ketotetrose. If ketone is a functional group with 5 carbons, ketopentose. Ketone functional group with 6 carbons, ketohexose. Ketone functional group with 7 carbons, ketoheptose. Right, students? Yes. Now examples for these are, so first one, dihydroxyacetone. So for this dihydroxyacetone, only one example. For this erythrulose, erythrulose. Erythrose is example for aldotetrose. Erythrulose is an example for ketotetrose. Very, very important. Next, ribulose, xylulose. Ribulose, xylulose. Yes. Next, ribulose. Next one is xylulose. Ribose is a aldopentose. Ribulose is a ketopentose. Like that, students. 6 are there: fructose, sarbose. Fructose, sarbose. So it is fructose. Next one is sarbose. And for this, tagalose. This is tagalose. Talose is a aldoheptose. Tagalose is a ketoheptose. Getting? So this tabular form helps you a lot to understand whole information, especially very, very important. You just practice this tabular form clearly, students. Right? These are all, I gave you examples, around 5 to 10 examples. All are monosaccharide units only. Getting all of you? Yes. So in this session, I have discussed up to the classification of carbohydrates based on hydrolysis products, based on reducing nature, based on number of carbon atoms and functional group present in monosaccharides, but not in all other polysaccharides. This is the classification only belongs to monosaccharides. We will continue in the next session, students.